Gills and fins, fellow fish fanatics, welcome to Talk to the Fish, where we school you on diving skills and make sure you don't flounder underwater. I'm your host, Jack. We've got a message from Cod Squad, who writes, "My mask keeps leaking. I'm basically running an underwater waterfall on my face. Guess your mask took go with the flow a bit too literally."
You're gonna need more than your fishy charm for this one, Jack. Today we'll discuss the art of fixing mask leaks with style.
Well, folks, that will wrap up our two-part special on keeping your face dry underwater. So, Regis, what tips have you brought for our viewers who surf more water inside their mask than outside?
First, we need to become mask detectives. When your mask leaks, understand why. Check for sneaky air strands or hood edges between the skirt and your face. Each obstruction turns your mask into a faulty Ziploc bag.
And nobody wants their sandwich or their face swimming in water.
It's a no-brainer, but I'll say it anyway. You can't fix a problem without first knowing why it exists.
Plus, solving these pesky problems transforms your underwater experience from Splash Mountain to peaceful diving.
Next comes strap adjustment, which many divers misunderstand. The strap shouldn't be cranked tight. Its job is keeping the mask positioned, not creating the seal. When you over-tighten, you warp the skirt, creating the very leaks you're trying to prevent.
Now that's what I call a tight situation. You're telling us to treat our mask straps the same way we handle our shoelaces. Secure, but not circulation stopping.
Yes, a properly adjusted strap helps keep the mask in place without compromising the seal.
You bet. Over-tightening it puts you in a headlock. Not comfy at all.
It usually is the main reason for the beginner's masks to leak.
Regis, our viewers are soaking up every word, but this time in a good way. What other tricks do you have up your sleeve? Our bearded viewers are on the edge.
For our whiskered friends, a dab of Vaseline applied where the mask meets facial hair creates an effective barrier.
This is the kind of slick advice our bearded buddies need.
When applied correctly to the mustache area, it fills those tiny gaps that let water sneak through, similar to sealing a pipe joint.
So we turn our mustaches into waterproof wonders instead of miniature waterfalls.
Yes, but sometimes Vaseline isn't enough. In that case, trim a narrow path on the top of your upper lip where the mask sits, right under the nose. When the carpet edge meets the wall, you want it trimmed for that perfect fit. The same principle applies here.
Wait a minute. Are you suggesting our viewers groom their way to success?
Shaving a small area of the mustache can dramatically reducing leaks.
But I see some nervous faces in our audience clutching their beloved beards.
Hear me out. Just a tiny 5mm trim. Nothing more.
No worries, folks. Regis still has more tips swimming our way that won't require any grooming sacrifices.
Here's an easy trick. When you notice a small leak, press gently on the top of your mask frame against your forehead.
I love this one. Instead of doing the underwater shimmy trying to fix our masks, we just need a gentle touch.
It's simple, right? The light pressure often reseats the seal, similar to nudging a door that hasn't clicked shut.
But please, folks, don't headbutt your mask. Regis said gentle.
Moving on to prevention, air management is crucial. Before diving, secure any stray strands away from where the mask sits.
Now that's what I call getting ahead of the problem. Our long-haired listeners can stop blaming their masks and start taming their underwater manes.
Think about closing a window. You'd clear away any curtains or obstacles first.
And for those wondering, yes, this applies to eyebrows too. I once saw a diver whose eyebrows could have braided themselves. But don't stop now, Regis. Something tells me the next tip will be the crowning tip.
Never skip mask inspection.
As exciting as a soggy sandwich.
But it's important. Check for any tears, cracks, or wear on your skirt, frame, and strap. Small damage leads to big problems.
So we need to become underwater detectives and equipment inspectors.
It's the truth. When you inspect your car tires for cut and bulges, you prevent issues before they become disasters. The same goes for your mask.
Folks, take a good look at your mask right now. If it resembles my cousin's home after crabs moved in, it might be time for a replacement. Regis, any final words for our viewers struggling with their leaky situations?
Remember, a mask should be your window to the underwater world, not your personal swimming pool.
Thanks for tips and tricks, Regis, and for showing us how to turn our masks from leaky to peaky. And that's it for today's show. I must say, we've managed to keep things watertight, which makes a nice change from my usual jokes, which tend to leak all over the place. Next week, we welcome an angelfish to discuss underwater fashion disasters, when your fins don't match your scales. Until then, fellow divers, keep your masks dry and your spirits high. May your visibility become clearer than my career choices.
Forget all the troubles and blues. Dive into the blue. Oh yes, talk to the fish.